are going to start with the chapter last leaf and second part of the chapter, page number 47. We have already done the first part in our previous class. So we are going to start with the third line. I heard the wind last night, said Johnsy. I thought it would have fallen. It will surely fall today, then I will die. In these lines, Johnsy expresses her feelings, that what is the thought going through his mind whole the season. You won't die, said Zoe energetically. You have to live for your friends. What would happen to me if you die? Now her friend expressed his feelings also and said that no, you are not going to die and you have to be alive for your best friends, your relations, your relatives. Johnsy smiled weakly and closed her eyes. After every hour or so, she would look out of the window and find the leaf still there. It seemed to be clinging to the creeper. In the evening, there was another storm, but the leaf did not fall. Johnsy lay for a long time looking at the leaf. Then she called out the soul. I have been a bad girl. You have looked after me so lovely, and I have not cooperated with you. I have been depressed and gloomy. At last, leaf has shown me how wicked I have been, and I have realized that it is a sin. You want to die. We have already, I have already explained you that Johnsy feel very bad for what kind of things he showed and what kind of expression he given to she given to her friend. Unless his friend is very caring for her and all the time he looked after her very nicely, and she want to apologize that I have done very bad to you and I have shown very bad things to you, and I give up my hope to live. So she started apologizing to Sue. Sue hugged Johnsy. Then she gave her lots of hot soup and a mirror. Johnsy combed her hair and smiled brightly. In the afternoon, the doctor came. After examining the patient, she told Zoe, Johnsy now has the will to live. I am confident she will recover soon. Now I must go downstairs and see Behrman. He is also suffering from pneumonia, but I am afraid there is no hope for him. And now a doctor has also said that now she is recovering, and he wanted to see his patient who was in the basement of the house. Next morning, Sue came to sat on Johnsy's bed, taking Johnsy's hand in her. She said, I have something to tell you. Mr. Behrman died of pneumonia this morning. He was ill for only 2 days. The first day of janitor found him on his bed. His clothes and shoes were wet and he was shivering. He had been out in the stormy night. Now, the janitor, the person who is a character of a doorkeeper of the building, a kind of guard, found Behrman on his bed, and his clothes and shoes were wet. When Sue and Jhansi went to see Herman, they found that a ladder and a lantern means lalten, near his bed, and she had realized that what happened. Come to the next page. Then they found a ladder and a lantern still lighting near his bed. There were also some brushes and green and yellow paint on the floor near the lantern. Jhansi, dear, and said Sui, look out of the window, look at the airy leaf. Haven't you wondered why it does not flutter when the wind blows? That Behrman's masterpiece. He painted it and the night and the last leaf fell. So they realized that the leaf was artificial, and Behrman, who is a painter, he painted and tied it in the tree because it is the last hope for Jhansi. That's why the last leaf doesn't fell, and after the death of the Behrman, the last leaf fell down. So it is a very heart-touching story, a very natural story about the three characters, and they were very attached with one another. And in this story, we realized that nothing is impossible if your willingness to live is strong. So, if we can make somebody or if we can give somebody a feeling that his willingness of living the life gets stronger and stronger, it is nothing beyond this. So here the story touched the heart that who gave up his hope. Jhansi gave up his hope, but she is recovering from his disease, and who is not ill and who is a healthy person, he will die for, he died for her friend, and he also gave a message to her friend that never give up your hope to live. Fight for your life, fight for your success, and fight for everything. Don't give up anymore. So read this lesson by heart, and we will do the question answers in our next class. Thank you, students.